Hello everyone, welcome to This Week in TRS-80 for the 5th of November 2018. In this series of videos I answer questions that people have emailed me that I think other people might like to hear the answers to help them out. So the first question come from Corbin in Arkansas, who received a Model 3, a damaged Model 3, and the picture tube was busted. He wanted to know which picture tubes he can substitute in to repair his Model 3. They come with a black and white picture tube originally, a 12V CLP4, which is a television grade picture tube. You could replace that with a 12V CMP4, which is a computer grade picture tube. It's the same as in the early Model 4s, or you can replace that with a 12V CMP31, which is a computer grade green screen picture tube. They all fit in, they all work fine. I've done many conversions that way, so that way Corbin can fix his Model 3 up. I got another question from Mark in the USA. He wanted to know how to connect disk drives up to a Model 1. The way that's normally done is through an expansion interface. One of these guys here from last week, similar looking one. It has the disk controller in it, which is needed to connect to disk drives. You don't have to get the Radio Shack one, but that's the most common one out there. The LNW and Lobo systems also made other expansion interfaces, and in Australia there was also a company that made one called a TRS-80 expansion unit. So yeah, you would need one of those. They can be a little bit temperamental, the expansion interfaces, so what I'm recommending to a lot of people, unless they're real purists, is maybe go for a Fred hard drive emulator connected to a Quinterface, which gives you the RAM and access to mass storage without the temperamentalness of the expansion interface and the also questionable reliability of floppy drives. Okay, I got another question here from Jan in Belgium. He has a 48K Model 1. It's been modified with 48K in the keyboard unit. He wanted to know if there was a way to connect a Fred up to his computer without a Quinterface. Yes, you can use a Model 1 hard drive adapter, the small one that I sell, and you also have to upgrade the ROM inside your Model 1 to one that's got a Fred auto boot routine in it. But then your computer will have 48K in the keyboard unit and connect directly to the Fred, and I've seen a couple of setups that way and it does in fact work. So that's one way you can do it if you've got 48K in the keyboard unit of your Model 1. And lastly, Peter from New York sent me an email saying that he's got a line printer 5 with a dried out ribbon that he wanted to use. He also has some spare ribbons, new old stock ones, but being 35 years old they've also dried out as well. A technique we used to use back in the day was to open up the ribbon cartridge and spray some WD-40 in there to moisten the ribbon again, and you can usually get another 50 or 100 pages out of your dot matrix ribbon that way. There was also a product back in the day, a few people had them, but called a Mac Inker. A lot of people remember them but can't remember what they were called, but that's what they were called, a Mac Inker. And that you would mount your ribbon cartridge on it, and it would re-ink your dot matrix ribbon for you. So if you have a look for those on eBay, I'm sure you can still find a Mac Inker kicking around here or there that will allow people with dot matrix printers to re-ink their ribbons. So that's all for this week in TRS-80.